I think that the best thing for me right now is to try and maybe stay away from meat. Although I don't want that to ruin.
Then
I don't want that to.
Chinese food, right? You can get stuff without meat.
Yeah, dude, but I already had that. I had it like 2 days
Dude,
ago.
what do you want then? I already told you whatever. I don't care. So what do you want?
I'm cool with whatever. I'm cool with
You
whatever,
just said
man.
that already, and then I said Chinese, and then you gave me a whole thing, and then it's like, what's next?
Well, I've already had
coming up with
Chinese.
stuff.
I'm trying to find a way
Today?
to not eat meat. Well, not
What, do you want
today,
pizza?
no, but within the last week or so.
Can we pick something, please? I mean, honestly,
How about-
we're just gonna.
I don't
What?
know.
What?
Do you like
barbecue?
Do you like Japanese food?
I mean, yeah, sure, yes, whatever, yeah, 100%. Japanese food. That's what we're gonna do.
Are they even going to be? Are they even open right now?
Where's there even a Japanese restaurant?
I don't fucking know,
here?
dude. I don't
Well, then
even
why
know.
are you suggesting something that we can't even get? I know where to get Chinese food from.
You know what? You know what?
Fine. I wasn't hungry anyway. I'm
really
not,
freaking hungry.
I
don't know
want
what
any
to
food
do
at all. I'm not hungry.
The dilemma, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Casually Serious podcast. Why is it so hard deciding what to eat? I have no clue. Actually, I've got a few clues, if I'm being honest. Because now that I thought about it, I had to actually come up with some answers. But you know, just having a conversation, you know, you'd say to yourself, "I don't know. We have so many options." But there may lie the problem.
Choice overload, no doubt. That is the problem. It's so much. There's so much out there. How do you do it?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, there's a million things out there.
It's just too much, and that ultimately, I think, is what the issues are. I mean, if we had one restaurant to go to, then that'd be it. And if we never cooked, then that's not an option either. But now there's deliveries, there's food prep, groups, there's, most supermarkets have meals ready and prepped. You can get food.
That's pretty cool. I've seen that.
Anyway.
I've seen a few. We've gotten that a few times, man. You know what? I don't know. Here's the deal. I remember this. And correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if it had anything to do with the fact that I lived in the Southeast growing up, but growing up, it seemed like the intelligent thing to do was to go to the grocery store and gather the ingredients you would need for a full week's worth of meals. Now, it depends on if you had a family, if you were single, whatever, but you know what I'm talking about. You gather the ingredients you'll need for all the meals that you need for the week, and then that would be more cost effective than getting those meals already assembled for you and served to you at a restaurant, because you have to pay for their service and then you have to pay for tipping, which you better tip or you're a piece of shit. So at one point, somehow, that all changed. Right now, it is no longer cost effective for you to go get those ingredients at a grocery store. It's almost better for you to go out and eat sometimes. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling hungry right now, but let's see if we can. Here's this dude.
That's the introduction you give me? You put some stupid, ugly-looking hash browns.
Listen, you know what?
That's the way you're say hi. How you doing? Good afternoon. You're gonna just put a video of some greasy ass hash browns. I ain't greasy.
I don't know what to tell you. We got the production department back here. We got we got these two people that look like they're in love, but they belong in The Shining. I have no idea what to tell you. You saw the original fucking opening they made for us. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right.
And if you didn't, you got to go back and check out our first episode, because that was.
I think right away. How about this? Since this is fucking episode 2 for you, how about hey, thanks, Bob and Ken, man, for getting me an intro instead of just bringing me under a cloud. How about one of those fucking things?
Now
I
win this contest. Now, I feel like a slave over here. You got me slave driving. Hey, you got to go do this. You got to do that. You got me going over here.
Of course.
You got me going over there now. Just and what am I? And now you give me a shitty intro. Listen. I ain't greasy.
You're greasy. You sound
I
greasy.
didn't say, hey, listen, now you're putting words in my fucking mouth. You know damn well I didn't say anything. But listen, how about we just cut all that shit off right now? Why do you think it's so hard to find something to eat? I know for a fact today earlier you called about 30 restaurants before you said fuck it and you walked your ass to Burger King to get yourself a Hopper. So tell me, why is it you think, Hash Brown, it's so fucking hard to decide what to eat?
I've lived so long. I've had so many meals that nothing excites me anymore. You know, it doesn't matter where I go. I've had it. Name a plate. I've had it.
Well, you're going to constantly repeat. You're going to repeat meals in your life. But why is it so hard? Let's say you're with a girl or a boy or one of your loved ones.
Significant other?
Who cares? Whatever. Significant other. Yeah. All right. Why is it hard? Why is it so tough?
Well, I'll tell you why it's hard.
You think it's because?
I'll tell you why it's hard. But yeah, I think I see where you're going with this. You meet these dames, you got these broads, you're trying to impress them, and you don't know if that's the thing they want to eat, and then you give them something, and then they just have a salad, and you're like, well, you just have a salad, and then it's not a good deal. It's hard. You can't please everybody. That's why you can't.
No, I'm fine if they have a salad. I'm fine if they have a fucking salad. If we could just come to an agreement. That's what I'm trying to say. And listen, I'm not telling you right now that it is my wife that is always in the wrong in this conversation. I am fully the person who wears those pants, who is contradicting themselves and saying, I want to eat this, and then when that's suggested again later, I don't want to eat that.
Yeah.
I think specifically, I feel like it may be one of those issues where us as Americans have so many fucking options that we have to go through too many logos and commercials in our head before we land on something that we really want. I don't really know why it is either, because within all those options, you think you'd be able to kind of spin a bottle or flip a coin or pull a number out and be able to guess one of those and take one of those. But that's not even the case. I know out here in Denver, it's ridiculous. We have all kinds of food, just like you do out there in South Florida. Hash Brown, I have no idea where the fuck you are right now, but I imagine it's an alley. Yeah, it's an alley somewhere.
Everywhere. Where you want me to be, I'll be there, and I've eaten there. Okay? It's one of those things when you eat, and you got these people that they don't want to make a decision. They don't want to disappoint anybody. That's what the problem. They're like, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to sound like a fat ass. You're like, no, just what you want to eat. Just get it done. And I think maybe that's a problem. People are embarrassed because they want to eat that fat boy food. They want to have that double cheeseburger. They want to have the side of fries with the cheese and the bacon. They don't want to say it though. The women never want to say that shit.
I think that's not a bad thing. I think that's a great suggestion, especially if we're talking about someone you're going on a first date with, someone you don't eat with all the time.
Don't get the ribs.
Yeah, something. Don't get the freaking ribs. Hey, Richmond Street Team Amy, why do you think it's so hard deciding what to eat? I mean, let us know from your point of view. Anybody out there in the comments section. I really think it's crazy. I think it's insane. I think we should be able to just pull one out. And I don't know, Ken, man, what do you think?
Taste, cost, and convenience, man. I mean, it's the three things that I think everybody's going to be looking at. If you really break down what you're thinking about, I mean, it's going to be, how convenient is it? Is it somewhere quick we can get food? Are we hungry now? Is this what I want? Am I in the mood to eat this? That's where our taste is going to come in. And cost to some effect. I mean, if you're going to be able to spend half the amount at one joint versus another, you're going to be just kind of as satisfied as far as, you're going to be full, just the same, whatever, so the cost will come into it as well. And I think everybody has different levels to where they prioritize those three things. And that has a lot to do with why it's difficult when you're in a group setting. And it could be 2 people, it could be 20 people. Obviously, the more you add, the more difficult it's going to be. And everybody just wants to try to be the one to not be a pain. That's always what it seems like, right? It seems like everyone's trying to be the one to be like, oh, well, I don't care. No, it doesn't bother me. I'll eat anything. I mean, you hear that from everybody, but yet you're not coming with there's no final decision made. Everybody's telling you they don't care. Everybody's
like that
good.
First high, huh? Is that what you're trying to say? That meal's like that.
That's
first,
not a commitment. That's not a fucking answer.
You're always chasing that joint. You're always trying to chase that high. You can't find that high again.
I don't matter how many. I think that's a terrible analogy. But either way, regardless of that terrible analogy that just interrupted what I was talking about, I still feel that people, when they are trying to say that they're going to be amicable about wanting to, decide where to eat, they're really not, because at the end of the day, you still have your idea in your mind. You're like, I know what I want, and until I hear what I want, I'm going to just keep saying, oh, yeah, no, that's all right, and that's kind of where it goes around the whole room until somebody just says,
and you don't suggest it.
Just
you don't
picks up
suggest
the phone.
it.
What do you mean you don't suggest it? I'm happy to suggest something. Look, I'm usually the one in the group to suggest something once everybody has said that they don't have anything or they don't care. So that I'll be the first one. Hey, all right, let's get this. And then boom, here it comes. Oh, but this and oh, but that and gluten-free this and whatever that. And
I get tootin' when I eat gluten.
Yeah, I can't eat this. I can't. I'm telling you.
I'm not a fan of the gluten either.
I don't even know what the hell gluten is. I don't even know what the fuck gluten is. Where is it?
Nasty binder.
Why do we worry about it now? Why didn't we worry about it when I was little? I never even heard about gluten before.
Because when you were little, you could put a piece of bread out and it would be stale by the end of the day. Now it'll take you 3 months for that same piece of fucking bread to go stale because all the shit they have all up in it. All right, so that's one of the big problems we have right now. Dirty Dave Hill, thank you so much for hanging out with us, my friend.
Yeah, don't worry about it over there. Are you related to Hank Hill? Or you got so many questions? Why are you asking so many questions? Don't be asking so many fucking questions.
Look, closer to Hank Hill than you think.
We've actually
asking all these questions over there.
Chill out, man. This guy gets.
Willie Webb, thanks for tapping in from Richmond.
I'll be tapping it too. I don't know who that's talking about, but I'll tap.
Richard. Street Team Amy's been a family member for a very, very long time. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Tammy's tapping in too, saying, I think it's hard because you're always chasing that perfect yummy meal. That may be true. And if you have 3 or 4 yummy meals, then I think that may be a little bit easier. But I think what it is for me and being married, as you can speak of, the yummy meal is definitely one of those things. But the problem is you don't want to repeat for some reason. I don't know why. Why can't we have burgers 2 days in a row?
Have you ever had
I don't know why that rule is.
Have you ever had a meal that was so good that you ate so much that then you didn't want to fuck?
I'm sorry?
What?
Have you ever had a meal that was so good that you ate so much food you got full and then you ended up not wanting to fuck? You're like, I'm full, I'm not fucking right. That's it. I'm gonna shit myself. I can't bend you over that way, honey. It ain't happening.
I do not think that factors into why you cannot figure out.
That's why you figure. Yeah. If you want to, you start thinking about the end game. That's what your problem is. That's what you don't even play chess, do you? You ever played chess?
Shout out to everybody in the Built Different group, by the way, for coming out and hanging out with us, as well as everybody who's at the Casually Serious podcast group. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really, really would appreciate it. We've only got a few followers. We've had it up for a while, but we really haven't been pushing it too hard. So we apologize for that. Now's the chance. If you have not gone to YouTube to sign up for the Casually Serious podcast on YouTube, please do. That tends to be a little bit more friendly for us. But at any rate, I don't know, man. I think what we've done, and since we moved into a new house, we're hardcore about trying to plan these meals. But that doesn't necessarily mean shit, because here's the deal: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you come up with some shit to cook. You come home one day and you're just not fit. Let's say you saw somebody throw up a taco at your work and you had decided to make tacos that fucking night. You're going to come home and say, you know what? I don't feel like making tacos. I saw taco vomit earlier today. Doesn't really feel appealing to me right now. Maybe we'll make that baked ziti. Nah, I don't really want baked ziti. I was really thinking about some fucking tacos. Just because you saw taco vomit doesn't mean I can't eat a taco. And then right there, the meal planning goes to shit. For me,
but doesn't the meal planning, at least I know a couple, and no, they're not in their 70s, that meal plan every Sunday. So like every Sunday, or meal prep, I'm sorry, they prep their entire week. So every week, Monday's this, Tuesday's this, Wednesday's that, Thursday's that, and they make all their food on Sunday, and then it's all put in the fridge and ready for them to eat through the week, and they eat the same thing every week. They've been doing this for a good amount of time, and I don't understand that. I could never do that. For part of what you just said. You're going to come home one day and you're just not feeling, you're not feeling Taco Tuesday or Pizza Bagel Friday, whatever the heck it might be, and you want to do something else. And that's where this would get a little difficult for me personally. But I feel like, there's some folks that are they're kind of regimented in their way of being able to just kind of do that stuff. But I personally have a lot of different things I would like to eat usually. So my problem is just determining which one of the many things would I want to eat. And I actually have an answer for that. I have an answer for that. I have a way for not just me to fix this problem, but I have a way for all of you out there paying attention to this show tonight to fix the problem deciding what to eat. I'm going to actually give you an answer to this question we're asking in the show. I'm just not going to do it right now.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry. Jesus Christ, all that.
God damn, he just fucking clickbaited every single one of us. Is that trolling? Listen, if you're a young person out there, tell me, did we just get trolled? I don't even.
I don't know what you just got, but you're going to appreciate this tip if you wait maybe another 12 and a half minutes or so in the show.
Jesus.
Just a tip, huh, Ken Man?
Oh,
get a fat blunt or hold on.
No, Willie got it though, man. I mean, seriously, because at that point you're just hungry and you don't give a crap. Funyuns on some bread, that's perfect.
It's even harder.
That's the best sandwich ever right there.
It's even harder if you decide to hit the blunt or smoke a joint. No. It does not make anything any better in terms of what to decide on eating.
Come on, it totally does. Because first of all, you're taking out the convenience side of it because you're not going anywhere. So you know you're ordering, and then you also know that it's you don't give a crap about. You're not gonna. The taste part is almost out the door because you're just hungry, man, and you need to satisfy that. So
I can't.
I'm with Willie. I'm all with Willie on that one, man. That's the way you do it, right there. And then you're satisfied. You're not hungry anymore. You might not like your decision later for what you chose, but you did it. You're not hungry anymore. You're past that.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what right now. I plan ahead on many things, but when it comes to food, my palate, I have a very special palate. You have to understand that I don't even know what I want in 15 minutes. I got to, whatever I want is whatever's near me, or I order whatever comes to the top of my head. I can't plan ahead. I'll buy something and it'll sit there. I've killed, I don't even know how many bananas. It's sad.
I mean, I get that. You should plan ahead to what you say sometimes. So I totally understand that would be fitting for the way you would handle food as well.
Let me say something real quick. I'm a cannabis enthusiast, which means my hunger levels are already a little higher. I've already got a massively fast metabolism. Do you folks out there eat small snacks while deciding what to get for dinner or lunch? Do you do that? Because I always keep pistachios and bananas and shit like that around the house because that's how much of a fucking problem it is. I've figured out how to plan what I want to eat by eating snacks during the decision-making process of what we might eat, because we let it go so far. We let it go far. If I have 2 hours before I'm really hungry, I wait 1 hour and 59 minutes before I decide maybe if I should get something to eat. So I think that's one of my problems. I think I wait too long till I get to that hangry mode.
You snack away, huh? Like a little chubby kid in the corner, just munching, and
yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. And then you sound like a cheap ass motherfucker that don't want to go pay for food.
He just doesn't care because you're satisfied at that point because you've been eating all this little snacks. So it's it's not as pressing for you, but the people that are with you that are not snacking are actually hungry.
That's their problem. Apparently,
let me ask you this, Ken, man. Would you be able to commit if someone said to you, listen, give me a few things you like eating and a few things that you hate eating so I can eliminate it, and I'm going to force you to eat this 5 days a week, and it's going to be different every night. Would you be able to stick to that? Would that be something you'd be okay with, or would you have to? On every night would you have to mix it up? You couldn't go with what somebody else decided. Would it have to be ultimately your decision? Would you be eating spaghetti on a night you don't want to eat fucking spaghetti? Is what I'm saying.
I'd go with
just because it was decided for you.
I go with my gut literally every single night, man. It's like that's what it's got to be. I need to be able to make a decision based on what I feel like I want to eat. So I don't think I would be good with that type of regimented.
Those planned meals. The people have those. You ship meals to your house. Those are ridiculous.
Well, we do. We actually get, I won't name any names of any groups, but we get one that does send the ingredients for enough for, 2 plates or whatever. So, it's kind of, it's all right, I guess, because it gives you, 3 or 4 options and we can just kind of pick through them sometimes. And I don't know. I don't mind that. Switches up every once in a while. It's not the same thing all the time,
Okay.
So connected to all of this right now, do you think the delivery services are something that should stick around forever? Do you think that they should stay at the volume that they are right now, or were during the pandemic, and stick around at that volume forever, whether they can or can't?
It's going to continue. It's too convenient, and people are becoming little moles. You don't even see. I don't even see half your neighbors. Nobody goes outside. Don't even walk the dog. They don't do shit. It's crazy.
It's true, and that's getting that way not just with food delivery service, but everything. I love Little Debbie. From all around
love
that
Little
Debbie.
So on a walk like a camel.
The food delivery. the food delivery service is just like every other service of delivery. That's becoming more and more commonplace. We're moving away from brick and mortar and retail stores, and everybody is getting everything delivered. So it's not just food when it comes to that. So I don't think they're going anywhere because it's extremely convenient, whether it's to home or to work. I use them. I love it. Actually.
They all got MSG though.
Time is money. MSG. What do you mean? The delivery people have MSG, so they're like put MSG when you order.
I am 100%. I'm 100% against. Or actually, I think they've done damage. I think those delivery services have done massive damage to the hierarchy and the ability for people to move around to different positions in restaurants. Because it's so cut and dry right now. All you need is someone to cook the food, to expedite the food, and someone to maybe deliver it if you're not going to get your restaurant through one of those things. Because what they have now, and I don't care if I spin off, fuck it. One of the more popular things to do right now is something called a ghost kitchen. I don't know how familiar any of you folks might be
haunted,
with, but
you got gravy.
This fucking guy. If we don't kill this, no. The thing is instead of having a brick and mortar, as you say, to have people come in and have to deal with the health issues of having people come in, sit down, you don't do any of that shit. All you do is take to-go orders, and you have a staff put that food together. That's a ghost kitchen. That's basically what that is. Right. And to me, there's a few concepts that you can do that with, but I really have a problem with the way these food service delivery services are crushing different positions in restaurants. It's screwed me over in a few different ways, but I've seen a lot of my friends and coworkers fall by the wayside because of it. And these guys aren't even getting paid that well. The guys that are driving this shit around, they've got to hustle real hard to make a good penny. But
they're wear and tearing their vehicle. Nobody cares.
They're wear and tearing the earth while in their fucking vehicle, and believe me when I tell you that's a completely different conversation.
It is. That's a very good point too, but very, very true. But although it keeps me off the road from going to look for food, so I don't know.
I know. And I try and go against the cannabis user stereotype all the time. I will drive to where I need to go without having to just get it delivered. It's not how I am. I will push that stereotype, that wall. But every once in a while, it is cool to get that shit delivered. And I've definitely had a shake and fries delivered to my fucking house before. I'm not sitting here telling you that.
Lazy bum.
I don't know if I'll go that far.
I did. I have. I mean, it came with a burger, all right? But, it doesn't matter. Okay. It's 2 combo meals is what I'm saying. I've done that. 10 pizza. And you know what? It's funny. I grew up,
pizza's always
pizza. That's great. That's great. Growing up in South Florida, we have the best East Coast pizza. We had it all the time. I would love to have that option. It's not the greatest out here in Denver. Plus, carbs and cheese.
The water.
I got to stay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay girly at like 198, and so that's what I'm trying to stick at right now. But
what is that?
Yeah, there's way too many choices right now, and I think really, unless. I think, until you just figure out whether you can put some things into a hat and pull it out and do it and agree to that, it's just going to be an everlasting fight.
And that's where my answer to all of this comes in. Perfect segue. Because what you really do need for this, thank you, is the ability to choose from a number of places that you want to eat. Because that's usually what's going to happen, right? We're all going to get together. We're going to say, okay, we've said this, we've said this, we've said this, we've said Chinese, we've said Italian, we've said Mexican, we've said barbecue, we've said sushi. So we take all these things and we put it where? Very simply, onto a wheel, and we spin. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I ask all of you, when you have an opportunity, you go to pickerwheel.com. That's right, pickerwheel.com. Very simple. And you don't only have to do this with food. You could do this with anything. And on pickerwheel.com, there's a big wheel. and you're allowed to put whatever you want on this big wheel, and it's got a big old spin button for you just to go ahead and throw it down, let it roll. And when you're done with all that, you're going to decide, what do we eat? We eating spaghetti, sausages, enchiladas, or burgers. It don't matter. The picker wheel at pickerwheel.com is going to be the decider for now on. And if you can't decide other interesting things in life, you can use Picker Wheel for a number of these things. Look at this. Our crack staff, man, throws stuff up for us like this.
We got a new sponsor?
I was doing this thing.
We got a new sponsor?
Yeah, we should now, right?
Yeah, what the hell? What the hell? You sucking?
You gotta, yeah.
Like, see how easy this is? You just throw your inputs in. You just put it like pizza, chicken wing, marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
I love marshmallows and
really,
caramel.
guys, marshmallows. Is that what we're putting in here now?
Mixed with chocolate and stuff.
Why dung?
Dung, nice. No, I mean, in some countries, it's the dung beetles are a delicacy. So I'd be okay with that. I'm sure Hash Brown eats dung beetles.
I ain't eating Andy's corn.
Funyuns, man, Funyuns. There we go. What are we eating? I'm going marshmallow. Let's go, marshmallow. I'm all about the
best thing out there, honestly.
All right, good stuff. Ken, man, way to pull out the website, pickerwheel.com, guys. That's good stuff. I've actually seen that done for contests and stuff on the web, so pretty badass, man. Good stuff. That's a great idea. And you have to be able to say yes to all of those.
Right, you have to, and everyone needs to agree. This is what we're eating because I mean, hell, you can spin that as many times as you want, but at the end of the day, come on, it's the way we got to do things now, and it just there's too many things. And however you want to get your food, I agree with Bob with the delivery services and the problems that they can present. We do have to promote people to still be able to go out and support our restaurants and especially the establishments where people are still trying to pay rent and get people to come in. We did a lot of that during the pandemic when you were only allowed to take food out. We tipped heavy to try to really just help keep our local restaurants that we loved in business. And lucky for us here, we didn't lose many. But I feel like we need to continue that effort as well. So although I do utilize some of these services from time to time, especially in a time crunch, I do also try to frequent as many restaurants in person as we can and encourage you all to do the same, especially the local ones.
Tip your hostess right. Tip them right. They need it.
You don't tip the hostess, tip the waitress.
Tip just
whatever. If you want to tip the hostess, tip the hostess. I don't care. Whatever.
How dare you? You're taking food out of this poor girl's mouth, man. I take what's wrong with you?
All right.
All the folks out there at the Casually Serious podcast on Facebook, thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you haven't done so, please go to YouTube and subscribe at the Casually Serious podcast channel.
Do it.
Dirty Dave Hill is asking if he can eat hash brown. Hash brown, are you edible? Or we already know that we can't ask you where the fuck you live.
I'm pretty sure Dirty Dave is on the wrong side of the field for me to get eaten. I wouldn't mind getting eaten, but it's not from anybody named Dirty Dave Hill. I'll tell you that right now.
You don't know nowadays, man. You don't know Dirty Dave.
Let me tell you, Dirty Dave may be dirty, but I'll tell you right now, hash brown's dirty.
You sold us a bad batch of hash brownies. You're a bad Rastafarian.
He's a bad Rastafarian.
What am I
guarantee you that.
What am I supposed to say about that?
That's timing, you shining ass ugly people. Thank you very much. They pulled that right out real
quick.
They
did all right with that. That one was good. I'll give them that. Good job.
Beautiful.
All right. Good job, Greasy Hash Brown. You did a little better for your second show.
You know
You're doing okay.
I'm like a fine wine. Just give me some time.
No, don't ruin it.
He's basically saying if you know the Shoney's off of Highway 83 in North Carolina, you will be able to find hash.
Oh, whoa.
I will not say it's a yes or no. I will not confirm or deny it.
Tiny window. We have triangulated his position. He is in a Crown Vic on cinder blocks. And he's only going to be there for a little while. He travels really, really fast, Dirty Dave Hill. I suggest you get as quick as possible.
Do it.
He's not greasy. I beg to differ.
God, that's greasy.
I'm telling you right now, I'm getting tired of that. I'm getting tired of that.
That's greasy shit right there. I tell you that right now.
Smothered.
Oh, all right. Really. Good night, everybody.
Ladies, gentlemen, I have no idea if we solved anything tonight. I really don't know. I have no friggin' idea. But we want to thank you kindly for coming and hanging out with the Casually Serious podcast again tonight, for enduring Hash Brown and all that he brings to you. The vinegar and acidity that is his presence is felt across the universe. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, folks. We will see you sometime next week. Tuesdays, 9:30 Eastern. Thank you
We'll
so
be
much
here.
for hanging out with us.
Thank you,
folks. We
guys.
love you.